cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me can make
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
Oh, Chad, good morning, baby. Apologies, just had to take a quick call here. How's everyone doing, Keeks?
Hey, you doing good, brother? How
Bro,
you doing?
you must be feeling good.
Nah, feeling good, bro.
Live account in the green.
There's, bro, there's that part of me, and this is that trader that comes out.
You want to
like,
continue?
I want to trade, bro.
Ooh,
And then I'm like, bro, it's like 2 weeks. Just wait.
no, chill. Actually, after this, just give me your phone so I delete all of that chat. I'll keep this man in check. Don't be that guy. We've seen it so many times where somebody is in the green, and I'm not talking a little bit of money, like $10,000, $12,000, doesn't reach the payout. All right, so chat, hope you guys are doing well. Amina, good morning. Remember to let me know that area if we have to get some protection for us. I have chatted to Bevan. Bevan said he'll tuck us into bed safely. So yeah, just let me know. Dylan Savage, Psalm 23, 1 verse 6, a psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I don't know if that's for us going to our accommodation, but we fear no evil. We're just going to write this on our checkout slip. For you are with me, your rod and staff and comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Amen. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Amen. Spiritual chat, and then we'll get to the fundamental chat a little bit later. Donnie, Anu, Eti, good morning, good morning. Weyer, so Lisa Dlamini, Elaine Murray, good morning. Fabs, Forex Insights, Ed, Big Edski, how's it going? Nazam, Navan, Nighbot, welcome. See you, Lisa. All right, Ryan Brown, good morning, Chad. Hope you guys are doing well. Weirdly enough, yesterday I believe it was cold in Cape Town, Chad. How was the weather in Cape Town yesterday? I believe it was, that weather came to us now, believe it or not. Keeks, yesterday was like frigid, I believe, in Cape Town.
Oh, damn.
Chad, how was the weather in Cape Town yesterday? We had beautiful weather here in PE. Gonna rain Saturday, guys. Luckily we're indoors. Cold front incoming, heavy this weekend. Morning, my brothers. Ice cold but sunny today. Jeremy, how's the weather yesterday? I believe it was a chilly day as well. I don't even have jackets. I bought a lot of shirts, no jackets, so I'm just gonna wing it. All right, Chad. Hope you guys in KZN, but bro, it's KZN. KZN is its own. It's got its own atmosphere. It's always out there. I don't think the KZN people know what winter really is, especially in Durban. Caleb, it was cold, bro. Not sure what the weekend will be like. Bring jackets. Okay, damn. I'll need to buy a jacket. All right, Keeks, you ready for the trip? Did you get some?
I'm ready, bro. I'm stoked.
Keeks even going for a haircut, Chad. I'm trying, Chad. If I don't get a haircut before then, if you know of any barber that's willing to pull through Friday night for a cut, let me know. I was a little bit late. The week ran away from me. This year there was no winter in Joburg. Really, bro, Joburg's usually quite cold. But all right, Chad, let's get into it. Thursday, this is going to be round 7 this morning, so we're going to blitz through the charts. I want to talk a little bit about some stuff on the charts as well, but we'll get into it. But before we start, as always, we're just going to pray here. It's a very simple prayer. It's an all-covering prayer. It's a simple prayer that you can pray every single day. And our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. And if you believe it, you can drop an amen right now in the chat. Amen. Woodstock, hulle sal net jou foon vat. All right. Okay, that's a bargain. I'll just bring my 3310. All right, Chad, let's get straight into the economic calendar this morning. Looking at the calendar, today is the day for a lot of news to come through. Swissy, we've got the interest rate decision. They expected to cut by 0.25. Their rates weren't really that high. But obviously it's Switzerland. We know what happens in Switzerland. But anyways, round about 11, we've got the ECB's Alderson speaking. 2:30, jobless claims. We've got core personal consumption, expenditures, durable goods. We've got GDP. We've got initial jobless claims. We've got Fed Collins. We've got Kugler. We've got Bowman. We've got Powell. We've got Williams. Chad, it's going to be it's a big one. It's a big day. And everyone's going to try and grab some cues from each of these Fed speakers to see if they're speaking out of the same mouth. But the big one is going to be Powell. All right, so Powell is going to be chatting. He's going to be rocking the markets a little bit. I think the chat, and I think Egan can agree with me, the chat going forward is what is the rate cut guidance, or what is the rate cut path looking like? Are they going to be chopping rates by 50 basis points every single time, or are they going to be still data dependent? Could we have a case where years ago, for instance, like the Volcker era, where he would cut, then it would actually just hike again, then it would cut, then it would hold it the same? Is it going to be that dynamic, or is it just a gradual path to cutting? Was this first one just to get ahead of the curve? The curve, not the curb, but we're working on it, the curve. But curve as well, we can work with that. Just looking at Fed futures here, quickly, Chad. Roughly about 50-50 for the next one in November. And then obviously December leading towards another 0.25. So it's all dependent on what's going to happen in November. Remember, the dot plot suggested another 50 basis points before the end of the year. So how they manage that, maybe with one more 50 and then a pause during December, or maybe 2.25s. That is what we will see. But straight into the charts here, Chad. Let's get straight into the business end of things here. All right. Looking at the weekly here, DXY weekly, all of a sudden now pulling all the way back after taking, we haven't taken the previous weekly lows. So that is very interesting for me. Dollar pulling back. So yesterday, Chad, remember we spoke about this level here, and look what the dollar did. Dollar just came back, right back into the zone, not holding below that level. So for me, I'm going to be neutral on the day, Chad. And remember the new column that we've got there, big range expectation, small range. So I'm honestly expecting a big range day here, Chad. That is honestly what I'm expecting. And the reason I say that is we've got all of this data coming out. We've got all of those Fed speakers. Somebody is going to drop something. Somebody's going to break character, and something's going to happen here. So I'm going to be relatively neutral with the potential bullish bias, considering that we traded down the entire week and now starting to shift on a Thursday. So potential Thursday reversal, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Asia lows taken. There's the 200. Very simple for me here. We've got two things to consider. We've got this entire zone, so please mark out this entire block. Don't try and be a surgeon here. That block there, anything above, we're going to start looking at trying to hold above Asia lows. Anything holding below here, we're going to continue bearish. So just keep an eye on that entire block. US 30 weekly is still super bullish. However, taking the previous weekly high, then coming all the way back to the day after weekly flip zone. So the daily for me is technically, Chad, I'm going to go technically bearish here. And I'm going to go bearish. I'm going to tell you guys exactly why, and I can be wrong. And I'm also going to expect a big range day here, purely because of all of that data. Something's going to happen here. The reason why I'm bearish is for the following reason. We had that breakout down there. Yesterday's daily candle taking out a previous daily high. So we always talk about that liquidity sweep. And engulfing basically almost the entire week's worth of price action. So the bears immediately stepping in after taking that all-time highs again. So I'm going to lean towards a bearish day potentially, and I can be wrong, and I'm not going to get married to the bias. But if I look on the lower time frames, Asia obviously a massive push to the upside. Hang Seng closing up 2.8, Nikkei closing up 2.8. So overnight, something happening there. Very simple for me. You can see this little green zone here. Chad, just give me a second. It's my wife is busy driving gigs. I'm just going to throw over to your screen.
Go for it, brother. All right. Okay, guys, let's go through DXY. So for starters, big thing, almost exact same as Chris. Look at the neutral outlook. And remember, I said the thing for me was we had to close under this level, which failed. So just gonna look for a little bit of a.
Sorry, man. No, it's just I wanted to make sure she's fine.
No, all good.
Sorry, Chad. Okay, sorry guys. It's just my wife. She's on her way out of town, so I just wanted to make sure she's okay. Yesterday there was that breakout trade. Yesterday, didn't take it. I know some of you took it. Nice little move to the downside. But now daily EQ, and we are basically holding above Asia highs. Asia highs untested. And I think Keegan is going to tell you exactly the same thing. This zone right here is going to be critical for the rest of the session. Already up 0.43. If we hold above it, I'm going to say we can go bullish all the way up to yesterday's high, even close to that. Because if you look on the daily, I just want to show you guys something here. We can go all the way to this zone here, that flat bodied resistance area. So that purple line there. Let's quickly check it out. All right, previous weekly highs. So daily R1. So there's two scenarios here. That is the next potential resistance area up there. And then the current zone that we need to monitor is this current daily EQ. And then I do think once we start breaking back inside of the Asia range, then I think it's gonzo. We're going for Asia lows. So that's going to be an interesting one. We've got 3 levels to contend with. Just be dynamic here this morning and this afternoon. Don't get too stuck on a bias where you miss, for instance, the price action right in front of you. After Keegan's analysis, I'm going to talk a little bit about this as well. Nasdaq quickly on the weekly, almost done here. Nasdaq looking super strong here on the week. We spoke about the weekly being bullish. We spoke about the daily yesterday, and there, Chad, now officially. Please go and watch yesterday's analysis where I spoke about this being the range. Very simple. I said either by the end of the week or maybe early next week. So now we've already broken up to this level up here. And this area is going to be very contentious, Chad, because we can start to reject here. So please keep an eye on this zone. I'm actually going to mark out both those areas because both of them are critically important. And bullish on the day still, weirdly enough. So we've got a little bit of divergence, but also I'm not expecting a big range day. I'm actually expecting a small range day on Nasdaq purely because of how far we've moved. Then on the 5 minute, let's quickly check it out. Just one-way traffic here. There's that zone. Daily R2 already. This thing is extended, Chat. Monitor this zone right here. Mark it out for you. It's quite a big zone. Or it's not that big, actually. Please monitor this zone right here. Holds above here is going to be bullish for Nasdaq, and holds below are going to be bearish. And then we want to see what we do at Asia highs. So Asia low is completely untested, so just keep that in mind. Gold on the weekly. Let's quickly look at the weekly. Let's just bring it back quickly here. Weekly is still super bullish. Chat, I just removed that block there because when I throw it into Gemini, it actually reads that and it basically messes up its own bias looking at the price action. Daily, I'm expecting actually a big range there, and I'll drop the rest of the text on here after I pop it into Gemini. But the daily, I'm actually expecting a big range day, and I want to say two things here, Chad. If we can break yesterday's low, I do feel we can see a very deep pullback, even into this monthly R2 or even back to this weekly R1. All right, so it's going to be a dynamic day here for gold. Gold currently trading with inside the Asia range. We briefly took Asia highs, never held above. So if we can hold above it, potential continuation. Otherwise, what I want to see is actually what we're going to do here. This is the important zone for me, is this zone here. This zone is going to be very, very important for me. 2660 and this daily pivot. Breaks below, we're going bearish. We're going for Asia lows. holds here, and we are going bullish. And then the last one I just want to look at is SA40. Just give me a second here. Just want to see why my chart's out of the screen. Sorry, Keeks, I'm almost done, my bro.
All good, bro.
I'm almost done. Yeah, there we go. SA40, yesterday I said we only looking for buyers because we patriotic like that. And yeah, JSE as now officially, or the top 40 officially into all-time highs. That is the highest we've ever been. And a lot of guys are saying it's because of Sister Bettina, and then the remix, the Amabok one. A lot of that came from all of that. So I don't know, keep playing it. Do we see that song again straight after the national anthem? It's been causing gaps in the market. So super bullish on the JSE. We'll see if we can get a buy in here today. But Keeks, over to you, my brother.
Perfect. All right. So, okay, guys, carrying on with DXY. We're going to be looking for a little bit of that pullback. Obviously, we said yesterday a big thing was we had to close bearish under this if we were going to close, which we clearly didn't. So all we're going to look for today, again, we are at the weekly pivot. So this can either be the first level we either hold here and already continue bullish if this is going to be a massive day for the dollar. If not, we can see potentially any type of move coming all the way back down, daily pivot, possibly even into this level for the retest. And then going bullish after that. If we do go down to this point and then fail, we can obviously see that fall off on the dollar. So just be careful, but that's what we're going to be doing, especially because of the neutral outlook now. Going over to NASDAQ obviously still skyrocketing. It's just been bullish. Yesterday was the big one. We had the retest obviously in 20,000, and now the retest pulled that back a bit, then turned around, broke above, closed above. Nice bottom wick. I think NASDAQ's going to go all the way up now. You've got nice clear momentum over here. Personally, I'm going to even say around what their weekly are too. So 20, they said 20,400. Nice target for NASDAQ today. Really can be a big one. So just keep an eye out on that. But obviously just one-way traffic right now. So if we have to look here on the lower time frames, daily R2 already been taken. So this to me is just a training day. We're not going to try stop the bus here. This thing can just carry on full force. If only time I'll even think of the sells is if we break under this daily R2 back into the Asia range. So if we break in Asia highs, I'll be looking for that sell. Otherwise, this thing's bullish. US 30. So what's US 30 doing now? Basically at the EQ for the day. So guys, I'm actually, funny enough, this is where I want to say I'm actually going to have a bit of a neutral outlook on the day. And we're going to talk about why I'm saying that now. Purely the thing, we had the big bearish engulfing. Now we have to have a little bit of a pullback, which we get in, which is nice. I like that. But after this move now, you've had that 50% retracement move. We can see on the 1 hour, nice bit of a range it's in. So is this just going to be the turnaround? Because my first thing is, if this is the big bearish move we've been talking about happening, this is your first pullback. We always talk about either sell the first pullback, buy the first pullback, because then it's just going to continue. When we start looking to the lower time frames, again, we start to line up. You're now trading under the 200. Remember, this is the big thing we said yesterday. The more we allowed accumulation to get, we were going to get under this 200. Now we're at the 200. We're also at the EQ. We've failed almost 5, 6, 7 times at all-time highs. So good chance that USD wants to start reversing now. So if it does reject off of this EQ now, we can see a move like this back into Asia highs. Asia highs are untested, and if that breaks, you're at this level of support. If that doesn't hold the support, Asia lows, and I'd probably even say the weekly pivot is on the table, because by the time we're Thursday now, if we're not getting continuations, very simple, this weekly candle is going to see that. If you can look at that now, we've had all this momentum to the top side. Now we're at the point this thing can start flipping bearish, and we're going to see this thing drive all the way down. So just keep an eye out for that. So definitely want to have a bit more of a neutral outlook on US30. Then lastly, gold. Gold is almost but similar. We obviously had a bearish day yesterday, so we still carried on taking new highs and then turned bearish, rejected them quite aggressively. But when we start looking on the 4 hour, as much as we had the big bearish move, we've traded up. We did get a bullish closure above here. Still technically under the high closures, but did break the little intermediate high over there. Now going bullish. So what we're going to look for, very, very simple. You can see we're having ranging price action. It's still going bullish, but it is ranging. So what we're going to look for here for me personally is if we fail at Asia highs, anything possibly under the EQ, I'm going to start considering the sells. Asia lows untested and back down to this level again. Same thing as USD. We're allowing that 200 to come back into the game. So we definitely want to take a look at this and keep an eye out for that. But pretty much everything from my side, guys. I'm sure of what I am. Wait, what? Is your volume okay? I can't hear anything. Your phone's on mute. I'm sure of what I'm saying. Alright. Let me try another video. Show him. Never got his UJ. Viral meter. Hey, what is that, guys? Like, no, viral meter. What is that? What currency is that? What is that? Bro, I'll get Chris to go over for you. I'm not doing UJ, not wasting my time on that. I'll get Chris to go over it. But appreciate the little donor, brother. But yeah, I'm still. What currency is that? Rupees. Oh, okay. Yeah, rupees make it look a lot more, eh?
Okay, so
Chris, you got 20 Rand to do an analysis of UJ.
okay, I'll do it. Chad, markets are open and in motion, baby. This is the official round 7, the lucky round of the week. Ding, 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 ding. Fight. And then for that 100 rupees, absolutely love it. Viral meter, we'll do UJ now. Alrighty, Chad, found a glitch. So Gemini, for the most part, won't give you a buy or sell. And I said, okay, Gemini, in a hypothetical situation, and then it's like, hypothetically, if I were to make a decision solely based on the information presented, and then it gives you a signal. So I missed the buy on it. It wanted to buy gold. So if we get a pullback, this morning was one of those cases where I missed it. It was looking for buys on gold. But anyways, just quick one. GU daily for me. I need to get GU into my system again. I'm bearish on the day, similar to US30. Engulfing candle, taking a previous daily high. What I want to see on the 5-minute is I want to see if we can break back into the Asia range. Once we break back into the Asia range and rejecting this 50 daily pivot, we can target Asia lows and the previous daily low, which have these nice equal lows there, which can be taken. That's purely if we break back into the Asia range, and that's also the previous weekly high. All right, so we're going to need to see what we do there. UJ real quick. I don't even have UJ on here, but brother, let me get UJ for you. I'm going to do the analysis on UJ, and then I just suggest leaving the yen pairs for a little bit. All right. UJ weekly, quick top-down analysis here. Weekly for me is bullish. Why is it bullish? We had the yearly pivot tested last week. We had a bullish engulfing. That bullish engulfing took a previous weekly low, then reversed, also taking out a previous weekly high. So your target's going to be the monthly pivot. All right. So on the weekly, it's bullish. On the daily today, it is also bullish because here you can still see some key levels that we had marked out. So this zone right here is a key zone to monitor. Why is it a key zone, my brother, you would ask? And it's purely because there was reaction off this zone. You can see a lot of buying coming into this level. And then we had a lot of selling coming in there. Then we had resistance. And then yesterday we had a breakout candle. So you're going to need to monitor two zones here today. the flat body resistance area that was formed here for potential buy continuations, 144. And then you're going to need to actually monitor this daily flip zone, because we took the previous daily high, and I'm expecting actually not a massive day here on UJ, but it's UJ, it can do anything. I'm going to say you're going to need to monitor this previous daily high level. If we cannot hold above it, price could reverse a little bit deeper, and then the previous weekly high down here, this zone right here, you're going to need to monitor that. Breaks below here, I'm going to say you can see somewhat of a deeper pullback, but please consider it's still super bullish. And then I want to say holds here, you can buy, and then anything above here, it's going to be bullish. And then anything above Asia highs, that's when it's going to start running away. Why? You've got a nice round number there, 145, big institutional level. So anything above Asia highs is going to be super bullish for the pair. But currently just within a consolidation hold, so nothing that you can really execute on here. I would say wait for breaks above here. That's going to be your best option, and wait for potential breaks below here. And then also the outside scenario of a break below, and then actually a fake out back into the Asia range, and then you can retarget Asia highs. But that is the rapid fire analysis there on UJ for my brother. Let's just check here. Okay, so unfortunately missed the buys. Oh, hey, Mr. My stapler is door. Okay. We got a fuck on the though. Okay. When okay, perfect. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Bye-bye, hello. All right, there we go. Chad, what I wanted to speak about is, let's see if we can, I'm actually going to place a buy limit there. So give me 1 second here. Actually going to place a buy limit. Let's see if we can get a buy limit. Stop loss 2, 6, 5, 6, and then take profit. Okay, Chad, just give me a second, yeah. Okay. Keeks, what I wanted to chat about was the following actually, and it's a little bit of an educational segment here as well, Chad. While I've got everyone here, is if we think about everything that I've taught and everything that I preach and talk about in the Discord, the entire criteria around why in my trading plan that's on Discord for the new guys. If you haven't checked it out, !Discord, go check it out. There's a beautiful education section for you guys, and you honestly don't need anything more than that. Work through that before you pay for any mentorship, before you pay for anyone's course. That is enough to already impact your trading in a positive way. But I was looking at, let me actually get it up here quickly. I was actually looking at that challenge we did on stream, and I think it was last year. That challenge we did on Vault Funder with everyone on here. Just want to show you guys something here quickly. When was this? Yeah, this was last year. Similar time to now, Chad. Okay. This was basically last year. I don't know if you guys remember when we started the challenge, and this was the equity curve. So it's obviously started off quite nicely with some nice wins. then just came shy as always. When you get that close, Keegan will tell you it's I think it's something called Murphy's Law. Then you'll start losing, but then eventually getting it over the line there. And the big thing with all of this is that there weren't a lot of trades taken. I think this took almost 2 months to complete, but look at the equity curve, something that looks relatively solid. But the idea with the Asia range is the following, and with the daily open level is the following, that if you think about any daily candle, and let's think about gold now, if we're expecting a bullish expansion on gold, that a candle will open up and it will have its daily open level. And please don't come with, oh, it's ICT, this. No, it's just standard candle anatomy. Keegan, that's never even looked at ICT, knows it as well. So please don't even start with that. But the candle will either way, the ideal candle for, let's say, a bullish expansion is that's your daily open level. It will first drop below the daily open level, and that drop below is where buyers will start to accumulate positions into the market in our ideal world. And then what's going to happen is that candle is going to basically create a wick, all right? And then the candle is going to flip bullish. Let's just change the color here. The candle's going to flip bullish, and we expect then that candle to expand into our direction. All right, that's the idea. And then later, to the end of the day, end of the session, what's going to happen is that candle's going to create a high, and then it's going to start pulling back, all right, on the day. So let's make this black so that we can all understand what we're looking at. So then you've got that, all right. So that's the expectation. The idea is that for the most part, that this bottom wick will somewhere along the line go and take out an Asia low level in an ideal world. And I'm saying ideal because it doesn't always work like that. So somewhere along the line, you ideally want this pre-market to go and take an Asia low level. And once it holds back below, you want to basically start looking for your positions before you get your daily flip. Why? Because this daily flip zone is a zone that we consider to get a lot of volume. Think about it, you're pushing a car up a hill, and then once you get to the crest of the hill, that is when you can now start taking your hand off, and now there's going to start coming momentum into the market. So we see this daily flip zone as the crest, where price had to be pushed to that level, and this is where we want to see that tipping point where the car is going to start rolling. So pure candle anatomy, we've actually done a big section on it in Project G as well, to understand that this is the ideal world of a candle, how it's formed, the opening, the low, the high, and the close. Okay, so this is what we want to see. A lot of times what we've seen as of late, and what's made it very difficult to get positions, is something like this, where we've taken Asia highs already. The daily candle has already been bullish for quite a bit. Now it's coming back to where it can potentially flip bearish, and that is not the ideal trading scenario. And for that reason, you're not going to get a lot of trades. If you're going to wait for the right setups at the right time, you're not going to get a lot of setups. And a lot of times we don't want to always wait for those setups. So looking at the dollar, for instance, the dollar is currently bearish. And if we're expecting a bullish expansion potentially here today, what's going to happen is if you have your daily flip zone, let's just mark it out here. And what I'm giving you here, somebody's charging people money for it, but it's simple, just candle anatomy. There's no rocket science behind it. It's just once you understand it. So we currently on the bottom wick of the day. If we had some type of indicator, I think there is. Let me actually do this. Daily candle. Is there something that can give me a daily? let's see. Did somebody? No. Chad, let me know. I know somebody's got some type of indicator where you can see the daily candle here next to you. ICT, HTF. What is that? Chad, I know I've seen some ICT guys with the daily candle indicator. PO3, is that the indicator? Let's quickly check. PO3. Is it this one? Yeah. This HTF power of 3 by 2 degrees. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Beautiful. There you can see this is the current daily candle. It is currently bearish. All right. So let's just make the. Let's see if we can border wick. I don't like the black though. Is there a way to body? Okay, oh, so we can make it red. Beautiful. Let's check it out. Okay. So we're expecting a potential bullish day. So this thing can continue lower. Why do we use the Asia range? Because the Asia range is potentially where price can be encapsulated. That is a range similar to the 15-minute range that we use for the indices. This is a range that price can now, after it's taken the low, once it breaks back inside, this becomes a target here. And also weirdly, it coincides with the Asia highs. So at least price is going to try to flip bullish on the day, maybe once or twice. A lot of times that also becomes a resistance level. But these are the setups that will give you a lot of success. And maybe there's months where you don't get a lot of them, but there are going to be months where you're going to get it and you're going to know that it's a quality setup for you to take. All right. These are the quality setups. And then secondly, another very underrated aspect of what we do is the extension pivots. And then I'm going to be done talking, and then I've given you guys a lot of bang for your buck here this morning. I just want to mark this out quickly. Where's our opening range? Just give me 1 second here. Then I feel you guys have gotten a lot of bang for your buck. You don't have to thank me. Thank yourself for being here. Okay, let me just get this opening range here for us. All right. Okay, opening range has been set. Okay. Then a very, very underrated piece of equipment in your toolbox is the daily pivots. And I'm not talking just about the pivot level. I'm specifically talking about your daily R1 and your daily S1. And I'm going to ask the Chad here, the guys that have been with us, and even me sometimes, I tend to want to not look at these trades. But I'm going to ask you guys, and I want you to participate. What do we expect, for instance, when gold gets to the daily R1? There's always two probable outcomes here. What do we expect for price to do once it gets to the daily R1? And again, Chad, we gonna wait for our setups. You're not gonna miss anything. We're looking at everything. Keegan's looking at it. I'm looking at it. So don't stress. What do you think is gonna happen once gold hits the daily R1? Reject or continue. Okay, so immediately in your mind you're thinking, all right, there's only two things that can happen. Price can reject the daily R1, and we've seen that if we reject it, it is very likely that we can come back to test the daily pivot. And then from the daily pivot, I've even seen it go from the daily pivot to the S1, where in literally one day, daily R1 rejects, daily pivot, from daily pivot, daily S1. Okay, so we can now confirm that there's only two things that's going to happen here, and that already makes it a lot easier for us as traders. Only two scenarios. Oh, look at that dyslexia coming through. There's only two scenarios here, all right? There is the continuation play. Sorry, Kiggs, I know I'm boring you here with all of this educational chat. Only two scenarios. We're going to have the continuation, or we're going to have the reversal. Now, in your mind, you should already think about it. Let's say you want to fade. You want to become that trader that fades a move. And what do I want to see here at the daily R1? I want to potentially fade this move. Okay? You go to the Discord under the education section. Let's quickly go to our Discord. If my Discord can start to work again. So now when you go to the education section, there's an entire little playbook for you with potential entry setup. So you obviously want to see a reversal setup. So you're going to look at any one of these reversal setups, okay? And let's say you take a shot at a reversal play here, and price does one of the following things. Price potentially breaks above, it closes back below, it gives you a little retest, and it gives you a minor break of structure there. So let's just zoom in here quickly. Price gives you something like that, okay? You know price is overall bullish. You don't want to, you're not getting married to the idea of the short, but you're willing to give it a shot. Maybe you target Asia highs wherever it is. But let's say you take the shot and all of a sudden, one of the following things start happening. Now you're in, now price comes back again, and price rejects that level again. And price hits that level again, and it's like price would just not get away from it. What do we do in that scenario? I just want to see if the guys are taking notes here. So what do we do in that scenario after we've taken our short position here? We've executed on our short somewhere there, and we're expecting the reversal, but now all of a sudden price is starting to it's just accumulating. It's like in profit. Maybe when you get something like this, it keeps your hopes alive. It's like, oof, okay, now we're going back into business here. What do you think is going to happen or what do you do in a scenario like this? I want to see what you guys say. And again, just thinking logically, it's not something that's out of this world, or I needed to be a rocket scientist. What do we do in this scenario? Reduce your risk, wait for it to break. If longer than 30 minutes, we close. Justin, beautiful. Justin obviously read the trading plan. And that's always the first thing I ask guys if they want me to help them. Oh, Chris, I'm struggling this, that. And I'm like, bro, have you printed this out? Is this on your desk? This is one thing about Vince. I don't know if you guys remember Vincey. He had all of this basically printed out, and it was using this. So one of the scenarios in trade management is that I've got a timed exit strategy where if I enter a trade and it starts ranging for more than 30 minutes, I close out manually. And the reason for that is that very, very simple. The scenario is the following. If sellers were the more dominant force in the market, why are buyers still able to hold them at this level? All right, think about it as an arm wrestling match. The buyers and the sellers are arm wrestling here. But we're expecting the sellers to take control here. But what is happening here? The buyers are just holding the sellers stalemate here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your potential default of what is the overall trend of this market. We said beforehand the overall trend of this market is super bullish. So then you're going to kill your trade. You've given the trade enough chance. You take a minor loss. But this is not the end of the trade for you. Now you can say, all right, what do we know about what Larry Williams has taught us in his book, Long-Term Secrets for Short-Term Success? Or was it Short-Term Secrets for Long-Term Trading Success? A very good book. It's in the Discord. What does Larry Williams tell us about ranges? What do we know about ranges if price goes into a range? What's the expectation? Let's quickly find out here. Beautiful. Justin C has obviously been sitting right in front of the class. Beautiful, Justin. Thank you for listening. So small ranges is going to go into big ranges, and then we can shift our focus back to saying, all right, we've had this accumulation. Sellers could not take control here. I'm going to shift my mindset now to say that I'm looking for the continuation. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wait for your break. You're going to wait for your retest and your continuation trade. You're either going to take an impulse trade for the more experienced traders where you get a break. And the reason why I don't always like these type of trades, because it can still be a fake out, but let's say you get a continuation break, it's still a valid setup. If you go on the Discord, it is still a valid setup because technically it's just breaking out of a range. So again, if you go here, it actually still coincides with your buy continuations, which is this one here. You'll see that there's no retest there. It's just a pure continuation break. And why is that? The reason is because we're expecting buyers to come into the market at this stage, and we're expecting price to continue higher because that's how structure breaks occur. Previous highs get taken out, new highs are created, and then usually a pullback ensues. There's not a rule of thumb to always say that it perfectly needs to retest like that. For the guys that have traded fibs and whatnot, you've seen the 38.2 fib. It's not close to the golden zone. It's not a 50% retrace. It's purely a 38% retrace of the entire extension move, and that can happen. And then you can say, all right, I'm not that rigid in my thinking where I can only fade trades, and I'm so single-minded where it's like, if I can't get the sell here, I can't do anything. And that is even for myself when I do my own critical analysis of my trading, is that I go back to all of this and I'm like, why am I so focused maybe on potentially one setup idea when the market can give you so much? All right. And that's what I wanted to reiterate here today, is that the market gives you a lot of opportunities every day. It is just how well conditioned are you to adapt to the different scenarios that are given to you. Because a lot of us are very and I think it's maybe how we brought up. We've got one idea and we're very rigid. We cannot pivot. It's like, I'm bullish today and I can only be bullish. I can't do anything else. And then it's a case of, for instance, this trade here, if you go back to that indicator P03, is it this one? 2 degrees. Shout out to 2 degrees. For instance, this one here, we spoke about it, potential bearish. So that was the high now of the session created. We know what's going to happen at a session high. Either we're going to continue or we're going to reverse. But out of the handbook that I've given you guys in Discord, there is your minor structure break. And now what we're going to need to focus on is that previous weekly high, this 200 EMA, and now you start building layer upon layer into your position where you start managing the position. You took the short here off the daily pivot, but again, You are not oblivious to you potentially being wrong on your daily bias. You know that there is the chance that we can actually hold Asia highs and we can actually have a massive bullish day. So we're not oblivious to it. We take all of these things into consideration, but you're going to give your trader a chance to come and retest these Asia high levels. And if it holds here, you can purely go break even and you can say, listen here, I'm not happy with the trade. It's not getting through Asia highs, and that's where you start managing now your trade. Now you've added some layers, you've added some targets, you've added some processes that you can follow. It's not the one day you do the one process, that the other day you do a different process. All right. So I thought I'd just share that with you guys. All right, my cotton mouth already. Hope you guys enjoy that. Don't say I never give you anything. Now, dude, I think Larry Williams is glad it's out there. I don't think anyone has ever bought one of his books. He's killed the Robins. He's been living rent-free in ICT's mind for how many years? That's the only thing ICT ever thinks about is that record. So Larry Williams is a G. He's not even on Instagram or Twitter, but he's living rent-free in a lot of people's minds. Michael, that's where I want to come in, and I think Keegan can agree with me, is that trading is very simple, irrespective of what strategy you use. If you really think about it, trading is just about what range are we trading into. If we break this range, what is the next range that we can trade into? And all of us actually just trade support and resistance, if you think about it. And we've said it so many times, all of us, even with all of these little tricks that we've got and this accumulation, distribution, all of that, all it technically is that fake out that the SMC guys talk about, the accumulation, the manipulation this year. All of that is just technically, if you're going to look at a zone, there's going to be some type of resistance zone there. Then the one team is going to say that this lines up with the golden zone, the OTE. Some of the team members are going to say, oh, look at that fair value gap. And then there's going to be a standard guy that's going to be like, oh shit, this is price failed to hold above here. This failed support now just becomes resistance, and he just takes it based off that. And somebody else had to jump through all of this. And then there's another guy that's just like, oh damn, resistance, where's the next support? The next support is down here. And the other guy's going to be like, liquidity here, there's this. And the other fib trader is going to say there's a 27 extension. And then you're going to have the 161 extension. Let's do that quickly. Look at these extension targets. So we all trading the same shit. We just add like these little... Like I sent Keegan that Honda. Do you see that Honda?
Yeah.
Bro, like, so we just add all of these little special things on, but it's technically we're trading price. This is literally all we're trading. We're trading horizontal levels, and if price can't hold that level, where is it going to next? It's going to this level down here. If it can't hold that level, it's going to the daily R2. If it can't hold the daily R2, it's going to the daily R1. And Chad, we all trade support and resistance. We can fight it and say, no, we're not retail and this and that. But Chad, that's what we trade. This opening range low here is a fair value gap for someone. This is just a support zone. There was a lot of support, got broken down. It's weirdly enough the opening range low. But... nothing special here. It's literally just a support level. And if I pull a fib here, there I've pulled a fib. Oh damn, it actually lines up with the 50% and the 62. So now we've got a trading strategy here. You know what I'm saying? Nizam, exactly. That's the weird thing, and it sometimes it doesn't feel right. But all of us are technically just support and resistance traders, and I know a lot of people will say, "Nah, I'm a fundamental trader." I'm like, all right, that's good. It's about staying consistent by following expenses, the stop loss open, TP open or sell, gold for news. Okay, sorry, Keegs. Keegan has now prepared a special dish for you guys as well. Keegs, what have you prepared that you're gonna cook for the boys?
Hey, bro. I'm gonna just tell the boys. Patience. Patience is the key to trading.
All right, Chad. I thought I'd just let that out because
Chris has been bottling up, guys. Like, he needed to tell someone.
no, I don't know, the people want stuff, so I said I'm gonna give you stuff every day, Chad, till it's drilled into you, till you've reached that trading success, and you can send us payout certificates, all of that. But Chad, here's my thing. Everything we teach here, everything we do, it's not by the way. It's not stuff that we've just sniffed out one day and we're trying to sell it to you guys. In all honesty, Project G, the rest is just it's just the added level. And again, Project G was not something that we wanted to do. The Discord was not something we wanted to do. We wanted to always, from the start, just keep it pure, keep it to just the trading and live streams. And it was always a case of we want the Discord, we want the calls, we want all of this. So it's a case of you guys asking for it. We didn't start the live streams with Project G. We didn't punt Project G. In all honesty, we've made 2 posts about Project G. So I just want to reiterate that to the older guys that have been with us and for the newer guys as well. So none of this was ever the main thing. The main thing is the live streams here, providing free education. And that is something that we've upheld since the start. We've not missed a stream. The only 3 days we missed the stream was when we had to travel to Cape Town. Keegs, and I think that wasn't even 3 days. That was
it wasn't even
2
days.
2 days. Still actually hit animal. It was 150k damage on the car, but basically drove through the night to accommodate all of the guys. So all I'm saying is, guys, our heart has always been for the community. It's never been towards ourselves. We've always had the best in mind for you guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know, and we appreciate every single member, everyone joining us that's been supporting us. It's been incredible, but I think we also shouldn't forget what the main thing is. All right, and as long as we keep the main thing, there shouldn't be any issues with what we do. All right. Because I think we sometimes forget, Chad. It's like we get spoiled. We forget what we have here. And once you start getting spoiled and you start to forget what has really been shared here, and you forget your testimony, where a lot of guys that have joined, that their trading journey has been changed. I've got a lot of messages. I don't always share them. People sharing it and saying, I changed their trading. I said, no, it's not me. I was just the vessel. You applied yourself, because there's a lot of guys here whose lives are not going to change. And it won't change because you're not applying yourself. You're not sitting through the sessions. I always talk about Rian, and I've got a lot of respect for Rian Foster. Rian is the one guy that I don't think he's ever missed anything we've done since the start. Rian has been, if we do a bootcamp call, that man is there. If we do a call, if I say, for instance, one Saturday morning, for anyone that wants to join, I'm going to do a backtesting session, Rian is there. The fruit of that is that Rian is one of the few guys with Vault Funder that has gotten multiple payouts on the same account. He's one of the few guys that have multiple funded accounts. And again, it's somebody that's applying themselves. It's not a question of, I know if I had to go to war with anyone in Project G in this community and I said, bro, we're leaving in an hour's time. And if I say, Rian, are you in? I can promise you Rian is there. And that is why he's getting the results. All right. So that's why I always say it's as much as what we do here, you also have to apply yourself. All right. So was profitable vir 8 maande te begin ek. Vriend help trade my oopgemaak vir nuwe indicators en nuwe pairs. Flip to blaas ek 2 funded accounts. What a vessel, you and Chris. Lyndon, we don't want to take any honor. Thank you for that dono, brother. But again, even Lyndon here. Lyndon, also somebody not missing a call, always in there. Where's Lyndon? There you go, Lyndon.
But you know, bro, this will be my little rant. The guys that are there, the guys that show up, the guys that put the effort in, the guys that are going and backtesting, they're looking at things, they're applying the knowledge, they're getting funded, like Lyndon. Then there's other guys who, for example, are even part of Project G for 1 month, and then they're like, this doesn't work. But they're literally there for news trading. They don't attend the calls, they don't do the prep calls, they don't go over anything. They're not there for 4 hours, 6 hours on the boot camps once a month. They don't attend any of those events. And then they're the guys that want to complain. So as much as it is, guys, sometimes for people, the guys that are going to take an opportunity and run with it will see the fruits of their labor. But other guys, you know what? Well, sometimes you go look in the mirror and you got to see what the common denominator is. That's the problem. So, yeah, if you put the work in, as I say, Lyndon, and there's a lot of guys that have made the progress. But, yeah, if you are not attending, you're not making the effort, you're not doing things, you cannot expect the success. I've learned playing from the boys here. Trade has increased tenfold. My DGen account probably is more than people's annual gross, which is a testament to what I've learned from you guys. I really appreciate it, Fobs. But yeah, it's just a thing the guys need to also hold themselves accountable sometimes. It's all up to what you make of it. Hey, how's it from Scotland? TG's is on every day for the vibes. Hey, appreciate it, brother.
All right, Chad. It's not a rant. It's just I just wanted to get that off my chest because sometimes we forget what we've got here, and a lot of times it's a case of we become numb to what we've got, and we've even said it with us starting off the content. It's like we were praying and we were bootlegging and bootstrapping a lot of stuff, and then we got a little camera and we still laughed, and it was like that was our best camera, and we had one mic and Keegan had a headset, and then later on you become numb to it. It's like, oh, now I have to set up all this equipment, and it's like, bro, you prayed for this equipment.
Yeah.
This is what we dreamed about. This is what we were spending money on every single month. Like, if there's some money extra, that 1 month, I still remember I took my personal account and I traded with you guys on the stream, and I took all of that money. I think it was 60K I made that 1 week, and I literally took all of that money and we just plowed it into the studio to get equipment and stuff. So sometimes we shouldn't forget the journey. It's important to consider also sometimes how far you've come, and even in your own trading journey. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but at least you're already better than what you were.
But you know, bro, it's I was actually there was again one I saw yesterday. I know a lot of guys have been talking about it, but what was the quote? Hold on, I'll even just find it quickly. But it's so true, bro. Oh yeah. Sometimes you're so focused on the future that you don't realize you're in the middle of what you used to pray for.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
As humans, we've got a very short-term memory, and it's that thing that we always talk about, where you chase a goal, and we forget to fall in love with the process, because once you've reached that goal, you're gonna feel a little bit of euphoria for maybe a day, 2 days, and then afterwards it's like, what is the next thing? And during all of that grind, you never enjoyed the process. We always talked about it with regards to the Ironman training. You're grinding it out 8 months before the event, and it's like you're dreading every minute of it. And it's like, why am I waking up at 3:30 in the mornings? All of that. And it's like, bro, the event, the actual day when you go on the beach and you start the event, that's the celebration of 8 months worth of work. And if you didn't enjoy that process, the day as well, you're not going to enjoy it, because it's going to be like you dreaded all of it. And it's the same with trading, the same with life. Enjoy the process, see the growth, be thankful for the growth, that gratitude. We spoke about it. Gary V, chatting to a lot of successful people, and the common denominator was always the thing of gratitude. And gratitude is that thing that instills to say, like, flip, I still have big dreams, but at least I'm striving towards it. But alright, chat, let's get straight into the charts here. Opening range low. Is this the trade? I'm going to take a stab at it. If I'm not too late, I think I'm too late. There we go. Alright, same idea here. Let's just get the chart on here. The idea here is that we've broken out of the opening range low. We couldn't hold back inside of it. There's your minor structure break. That's not going to be the stop. The stop is there. This market is still super bullish, so we need to be very careful here what we do. But there's the weekly R3. There's that potential resistance area. And the question now is, we've got a yearly R1 level, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, monthly R1. Okay, let me just first pull my stop before I get wrecked, because this thing is super bullish. Okay. So we've got the potential here. If we stay below this weekly R3, we can start pulling back. We've got massive open gaps here. This is like almost a 1.5% gap. We're only going for 1-to-1. So we're literally looking for that there. And what we want to see now is we want to see if price can still hold below this level. All right. So this zone right here, we need to hold below that, and we need to hold below the opening range. Okay, that's the trade idea. Could actually go for that daily R2 if we get it. All right. Giving it one more. If we hold a retest here and we hold above, I'll just kill the trade, and then we'll wait for the opening range breakout to the upside. Just going to pull this 78545. Okay. All right, so let's see if we get a pullback here. US30. What was your analysis on US30 kicks for the grabber or reversal?
I prefer the reversal play, yeah.
Have you taken the reversal?
Technically, if I was gonna actually now, like I'm looking, I wasn't even watching it, but
Check the 200.
this is perfect. Yeah. So I was saying to the guys, you obviously want this to hold. There's a retest, and that's your little break of that little low there. So this actually would have been the perfect entry, and it's under the 200. But I actually haven't taken that one.
Would you rather wait for a break below the 200?
Nah, I might even think of actually taking it now, bro. Because technically that's basically a slightly better entry, but that is my confirmation there. Let's see.
JSE ripping. Oh,
I'm
chat.
gonna see what this candle does. Then I might enter it.
JSE, alright chat, let's see if we get a retest back on that opening range low. This thing is super, super bullish.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a shot at it from here.
Could this be the third consecutive win for Gemini? SA40. This thing is in buy mode.
Okay, well, we're taking a little shot there on the grubber. Let's see what that can do.
So you wouldn't wait for that 15 to actually close below the
Nah, because
200.
technically that was my entry there. So if anything, I've just got a better entry now. That was a close below the 200 anyway, so...
No, but I mean like a 15-minute break, or is that could be too late.
Well, there is the 15-minute break, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh no, sorry.
So this was the retest, the close, pullback,
Yeah.
retested, close,
Oh, so you
closed, and
consider
this
that the
15
break.
broke this little,
Okay.
and it's under the 200, so I would have entered, yeah.
So what I was referring to was a re-break, almost like a double break, something like this.
Okay, yeah, but I don't really do the re-break on.
Like something like that, because it held here. It technically is that garlic. What is that? Yo, you can smell that garlic. It smells delicious. This man is having dinner for breakfast. Chad, SA40 trade. We want to see if we get a break back inside here, but currently that daily R3 is holding. Let's check here, 10 seconds. Is it on my screen? Wait, we actually need to get a split screen here. How much can we save here? 40 points. Let's just check here. Oh no. About to get ripped here, Chad. Daily R3 holding. This thing is just on a mission here. Wanted to kill it here, but it's spot odds. Already so deep into the pot. Let me just go into my screen quickly. This is what I was referring to. Daily R3. There's your daily R3. Breaks above. And if this holds bullish, this thing can continue. I'm honestly more leading towards the short side, just purely with how bullish we've been the last 3 days. This thing can still be super bullish, but look at we've got all of these open gaps, so I'm leaning towards more of a short-sided move. So if I don't survive this, it's fine. But for us to honestly wait, am I still in? Yeah, barely. If this re-holds here, I'll just kill it. It would need to get below that daily R1, but very likely this can just continue now. I'm not going to flip to buys here at all. There's Gemini. I think the first time just needs to nip there. I think the first time since we've started the series with Gemini winning 3 trades in a row. Let's see what Gemini does here. Just go for it.
Gemini really is putting a shift in, eh?
Yes, bro. 2 for 2 yesterday. Just bang that TP, don't do this. Also, I've got no rules with break even. It's either TP or it's a loss. There's no break even. No, man. Gold, let's check gold quickly. Yeah, gold should very likely just go to the daily R1. There's that zone we spoke about this morning. If we could hold that daily EQ. Oh, yeah, US. SA40 going for it. Let's see if it rips that. I'll check the 5 here. Yeah, if you consider the 5, that was actually the rejection we got out of that chat. If you consider the 5, the way that we traded on US 30, actually a massive rejection on the 5 there. Yeah, I won't look for bars. I won't look for bars on it. Okay, gold. There we go. Can it close it out? Gemini. Oh, what the? Oh, there's it. Alright, chat. Gemini is fighting back here. US 30. We're still in there, Keegs.
Yep. We're in, bro. Don't you worry. We're in here with a chip and a dream, bro.
Chip and a chair. Chase E, bro. This is most probably the most bullish I've seen in many a year. Chad, but I can't complain. My long-term portfolio is in single negative digits for like the first time in 2 years. So, let me just show the chat here. Just want to see. Chad, this is Gemini. Just want to actually bring this over here. Okay, so Gemini, when we started off with a loss, then a win, and then it had a couple of break-even trades, not break-even days, so win, lose, win, lose. Then it had 2 consecutive losses, boom. Then again it had like two break-even. Then it had a win, a loss, win, loss, and then it was like just break even. Win in the morning, lose in the afternoon. Then again 2 consecutive losses, and then yesterday banging 2 back-to-back wins, and now this win right here. So basically the trough was there was 3.3% left, and now slowly but surely grinding it back. So it's going to be interesting to see what Gemini does this afternoon. And then after this series, I'm actually going to show you guys what I've picked up from Gemini. Chris, when trading SA40 with all the gaps and makes one consider gap closures when finding your daily and weekly bias. Lyndon, SA40 is a tough one. I'm going to be very honest with you. SA40 is a little bit of a tough one, because if you consider a lot of what is happening with the SA40 is not based off actually what's happening in SA. A lot of it is based off what's happening in China. So if China starts doing well, the SA40 is going to do well. and purely due to all of that foreign direct investment from Chinese companies that are listed here, that's got a big stake in some of our stocks. So my thing with any type of index is that your mind should always be more geared towards buying. And I say that because if you go on a higher time frame, if you go on a weekly, a monthly, a quarterly chart, what is the overall trend? We've spoke about it, even that little thing where I said buy the dip. The float of the stock or the general trend is always going to be bullish. So even if you adopt a buy only strategy, you're going to do better than someone trying to short it.
We are holding on, yeah.
I think that failing to reject EQ,
Yeah.
I think it's going to end
Now,
at
once
15.
it's there, I'm out.
The equities
That's it.
are hella bullish here this morning. Even at SA40. Yeah, SA40 breaking out now as well.
The grabber kick is out of it.
Where did I put the SA40? Yeah, is it? Yeah, SA40 is hella bullish. Where's gold? Pray for Mexico. Yeah, Chad, how's it going in Mexico? Remember, Peter, Chris, just a quick one. We're trading. Let's check here. When you're a grateful person, you'll remain present. Attitude of gratitude. Yeah, Nila. Stofy, big shout out, Chad. So obviously, when we have the meetup, and we're gonna maybe cheers to a glass. Stove is that guy like Chris and Penny. I don't know how old most of you guys are, but Stove, you know that advert, Chris and Penny. Let's see who remembers the Chris and Penny advert. I'm not gonna say which brand, car brand. It was a car brand. Chris and Penny were traveling all over South Africa, and it was always Chris and Penny. Julle daar agter. Rightly said, that's why I always see blessing for the best to happen, no matter how down, low, and devastated you may be. Stofy, safe travels, my brother. What time are you traveling? We'll just pray for traveling mercies for everyone, close and far. But there'll be a special toast for Stofy. Michael, every morning myself and my girlfriend take our dogs for a walk. On that walk, she makes us list 10 things we are grateful for in life, no matter how good or bad things are at the moment. Michael, I've seen that's something awesome. I've seen one of the guys I follow as well, that Tony Robbins also does it. He talks about some memory, some great achievement in one of his priming courses, where you think about that, something that has brought you joy or happiness, and you ponder on that, the feeling you get. For instance, it could be for Keegan, maybe representing Western Province for the first time in a Curry Cup game or whatever it is. And then you start thinking towards where you want to be. What trades are used in? I took a stop here on SA40, and Keegan got clapped on US30 as well. Just super bullish here this morning. SA40, not. If you sold SA40, you got absolutely mollywopped. Alright, Chad, here's a good example of that GU trade. Daily pivot. There's your break back into the Asia range. So now you can take it level by level. I think Nila might have been into this one, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Nila, that is valid. taking all of that liquidity, rejecting the daily pivot. UJ. Is that brother still here that asked for the UJ? I feel like he's in some shorts. I feel like when somebody even sends you a dono to analyze, I feel he was hoping that my analysis was affirming his position. So hopefully it was in longs. Does Gemini give you no entries? It just gives you more or less idea. Gemini signals. Chad, if they do that, then if let's say the SA mentors, if they put out a Gemini signals group, something that's free on the internet, and people buy that, then yeah, I think I'm completely done. I think I might have lost some hope in humanity then, for a little bit, but I'll come back. Thank you so much, Chris. You saved me a whole lot now. I nearly shot myself in the foot. Lennon, how did you do that? Chad, that is why his name is marketable. Bro, that is the thing. If you just maintain a long-only portfolio, yes, Carl Jacobs, you know it, bro. The VW jet. And we actually had a chat about that, I think it was a month ago. And I said some ads that just stick with you for many years. For instance, the Ingram's ad of the guy in the desert. We've spoken about this, Geeks.
Yeah.
The guy, his lips are chapped. There's a glass of water and he just goes past it and he grabs the Ingram's and he puts it on his skin. Like that advert, I was a small kid, bro, and that thing sat with me, always looking at this guy. Man is absolutely crisp, and he doesn't go for the water. And then, for instance, the VW one, Chris and Penny, that, dude, how many years ago was that? And it's still stuck with me as a kid. 7 a.m. tomorrow, Stofie, safe travels. Where's Stofie traveling from? Michaela, it was signaled this morning. If you missed it, it was signaled this morning. We spoke about it here. We said that our daily bias is bearish. We said that if you go onto the Discord, there is your reversal setup. There was your minor break of structure. We said if you take it there, what you want to do is you want to go break even once you hit your Asia high level, which is there 9 pips in. Then you want to go break even. We said you're just going to monitor your daily pivot level. If price wants to hold back above it, we can still go bullish. We said then after this Asia highs, we can target Asia lows and the previous daily low. So that was shared there. This is not a signals group. As much as we take our trades live here with everybody, it's not a signals group. Your SA40. Bro, but you know what's weird, Kicks? Look at DXY. And then also, please go and re-watch, for the guys that came late, go and re-watch the stream. We spoke about this as well, about DXY, the weekly pivot and all of that, where we said if we start flipping back bullish, your daily flip zone is here. So that is a pretty powerful indicator. Power of free 3. You're that Afrikaans, Geeks. When you start saying it is free. What? 3. Free. Yes, but still proudly Afrikaans as well, Chad. Even though sometimes we say free and not 3. Yeah, so Chad, this zone here, this is what we spoke about. So if all of this was accumulation for buys, what you're going to see is once this actually gets over the line, it starts flipping bullish and it actually takes that daily high. You could see a nice move to the upside. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that's also a lot of times we just get a fake out, and then it's going to be a choppy day. Then it's going to be a relatively chop day. US 30 just hella bullish here. Nasdaq. Look at this little indicator, incredible stuff. I was considering the closures on SA40. It's been my second day trying to get myself familiar. Joe Lennon, it's been the last week. It's been relative. I think I've taken, if I check here, I think my last 3 trades on it have been losses. Yeah, my last 3 trades have been losses, and then before that it was when 4 wins before that, 1 break even, but the last 3 have been losses on SA40. It's been relatively choppy. It's been the moves happen around about 12. I don't know why, but around about 12 o'clock. Yesterday's setup here as well came around about 12. That was your setup there, and then it was one about just before 11. So my bias was shorts. Okay, Geo's on a brand now. Rocks, we're gonna monitor. Chad, who actually executed on this Geo idea? Yeah. Is it too late to get in? Okay. Michaela, if you're asking that, or Michaela, or I don't know, if you're asking that question, is it too late to get in? You already answered yourself. Because you want me now to affirm a bad choice. Rock, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's free. So it's 3, free the 3. Cheers, boys. I'll see you later. Fabs, chat later, my brother. Goal wanted to touch R1. It's a really tricky. I won't lie. Thanks so much, Chris. You definitely give me the confidence, clarity I need. Thank you, brother. James, thank you. Great stream today. See you guys this afternoon. Have a lucky one. Thanks, Michael. 2 out of 3. Cracker. Rax caught buys from Asia low. Lennon, did you catch buys from Asia low? Don't tell me you were awake 2 o'clock. What bars did you catch? Or gold? I'm just going to go pee quick. Where did you buy from?
Bro, that's crazy. For a machine gunner, I took buys in Geo at 4 this morning. Damn. What do you guys all do at 4 o'clock in the morning? Yo, boys trading Asia session, London session, New York session. Nah, bro. You guys are entering positions, sweating out. I'm still in dream world, bro. I'm busy racing around in my Bugatti or something in my head. And then we all know that website. Gents. Alright, no, website is X now. Hey. I know there's like a late night E, guys. Is there like an early E? Go break even. Wait, what are we going to break even on? To the buy GU at 1. I'm going to go look at GU, bro, but Rooks, I know you guys are killing it there. Let me if I'm in the
Keys, I want to bang you now with some questions.
me.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to bang Keegan with some questions. Human trading bot in the house. Okay, where did the boys catch the bars? Let me just find out who bought Team No Sleep. 4 a.m. Okay. All right. As Jeremy always says, I love that pulse check, Keegs. I'm going to start with Keegs and then I'm going to take it over to the chat.
Right.
Keegs, we basically 2 months away from the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling good, bro. A few more things I want to tick off the list before the end of the year, but feeling good.
Do you feel you had a good productive year? You feel like you put in a shift?
I did. I don't know if it's just I'm hard on myself. There's things I still think when you look back at you could have done better. It's like, okay, so you know what? I know what it's like to pull shifts and all-nighters and things like that. There's maybe a few more I could have done. But overall, I'm happy with it.
Do you feel a little bit of burnout some days?
100%. Lately, I don't know what it is, but yeah, lately my body's burning out so quickly. I think it's weird. There's days where I just get home and I want to sleep. I don't, as I said, I think we spoke about last week or sometime where I said I hadn't gamed for like 2 weeks just because even though that's my de-stressor, I was just too tired to even do that. So lately I do think, yeah, definitely been burning out a bit more.
So you're happy with your progress for the year?
Yeah, in certain aspects, I am happy. In other areas, as I say, there's still things I want to tick off and ramp it up before the end of the year. But in general, yeah.
Have you started looking towards next year already? Or is your focus still on this year? Because I know a lot of times we tend to almost like chalk the rest of the year and we go into this mindset of next year I'll start fresh or next year I'll start doing this. Or is your mind still on this year?
So for me, a lot of the time what I like to do is I have basically like, let's just say I've reserved the ideas and areas I want to be at for next year. When I want to, like the year starts, bang, then that's the goal I'm working towards. But at the end of it, I kind of do like the last month, you'll do a little bit of like a review, or let's just say the last trading month, performance month. So let's just say even November, because December we got a holiday, then we just enjoy ourselves. We don't really do much in December. So December, you can actually do the review of November and of the year. And depending where you fell short, where you came on things, either then you know, okay, I've still got to finish this off in the next year. Otherwise, I can't get straight away started into the next thing. So I'm still focused on this year. Obviously, you got to deal with what's now. What happens in the future can always change. It can be something else in 2 months' time. So yeah, I'm still locked in with what's happening now, but I've got the reserved ideas for what I want to be working on next year.
Then another one. Obviously, your trading has shifted as well. If you consider there was a time where it was just gold, For the most part, it's like I don't think you even opened up any other chart, and then you started making that transition back into US30. What do you think was the reason for that shift from gold to like start really looking at US30?
So I think it was when we were going over things like I wasn't happy with my performance at the time.
On gold, or
gold.
Just
Well, let's just say in general. Let's just say in general,
Okay.
like we talk about it when you look at a report on a business with anything, you can see your performance is either stagnating or it's going up or whatever or it's going down. And I think I was at the place where, like trading, I think we were hitting that equity and we were just holding it there. So there's a good chance you're going to start to drop off then if you can't increase at that point. And when I started doing back testing and things like this, it's that thing of you got to trust in your strategy. And it's what I said, for example, that time with Ed as a joke, but like in serious now. Sometimes the strategy's not wrong. It's more the pair you trading that's wrong, or the things like that. The session you trade that's wrong, and things like that. So that's when I think it was that whole idea of going full circle. My bread and butter, what made me a trader, what got me to the funded stage, which got me in making money on the side when I was still working and these type of things, was US30. And it was a case of I've grown so much as a trader, why not go back to my roots and see what I can do at it there? And I think then when that started happening is when I came out with the whole EQ strat and the grabber kicks. And I think when we started doing that, as everyone knows, that was a massive success. And I think it's when we decided then to obviously start doing funded accounts again. It was the idea that was always my mindset. When I did funded accounts, I couldn't trade US30. So then that's when I came up with the idea like, okay, I'm doing a funded account, but now I need to find a way that's technical, it works with everything, and I can still trade US30, not just taking these random shots in the dark, because doing that on a funded account, you're going to blow that thing up quicker than you'll even realize. So I think it was just a case of going through everything, how we were so about adapting as a trader, going full circle, and yeah, I think I'm back home at US30 again now. Obviously, the big thing, I do still love gold, but I think we've spoke about it quite often. It's just a case of if the way I trade, gold's not good for me right now, why am I going to trade a pair I actually have a high probability of losing? Rather wait till it starts to, and you watch it, like you said, scale the trades, do things like that, till you can see, okay, I'm getting my edge back in this market. Then you can return and start trading on it. But until then, why force something?
Would you say that obviously I feel the firecracker, we've polished it. I think I think that there's nothing that we uncertain about now. We know exactly what we want to do in all of the scenarios. So we've changed it initially from the bias, then we change it from sometimes the fake outs happening where we stay out, all of that. Do you feel it's something that you'll still want to tweak on, or do you feel like don't fix what is not broken?
I think I won't tweak it. I think I'm actually very, very happy with where it is now, how we've together have fine-ironed it and got it to where it is. I wouldn't, I'm actually pretty much happy with it. I wouldn't change it. Like if it was a course, it's done. It's ready to be packaged now and do what it needs to do. But in saying that, I think there's confluencies that we can add to it. So, for example, ways that can add into the trade, if that makes sense. So the trade itself, the strategy as itself, as an entity, done. But where you want to add things onto, I think that's the part we're growing it on now. For kind of continuation plays, reversals, where, because as traders, as awesome as it is that it's 60 seconds and you're in TP, or maybe 2 minutes and you're at TP, we want to sit, we want to trade. So if there's ways that maybe you find a way that you can maybe get 2 entries, whether one's the trade, one's a reversal, or then the second one's a scale in and a continuation, it allows you to still be active on the charts and keeping your skill going.
Another one. Let's say you get 5 million rand in payouts. You're comfortable. You get yourself set financially. Would you consider stop streaming? And we call it and we live our quiet lives, or is the stream something that you see for yourself in still in the future?
For now, I enjoy the streams. I'm young, I still enjoy it. I think where things could change, and that's just being raw and honest, is I think when you're at that level, there's doors that open. For things, for example, with having a family one day, those type of things, I think that's why we do what we do, so that we don't have to sit and watch life go past us. I would want that little bit more time to actually enjoy my life now after the work I've done. So if anything, maybe only I stream one session, something like that. But I think I would always still have a stream, and that's just being real and honest there. I mean, I don't want to watch my life go past me.
All right, Keeks. Last one. Any big plans for next year that you have, or is that something that you're still gonna sit and think about over December? Anything big like again? No, don't share it. Don't share it. No, we'll chat. Yeah. You don't have to share.
There's one I'll share with the guys, and this is something I sat back and I looked at it after everything.
The M4. The M4.
But it's really going to start pushing it. I think we're going to push the trading to the max. We're going to push everything to the max. Start breaking some personal records for myself. But in all of that, I've never even tried to do it, where this time it's about doing it. I want to, at a single prop firm, I want to push to get maximum allocation on funding.
All right, I think that's a valid challenge. Chad, a little bit of a pulse check for you guys. How have you guys been? What has been some of the things that you feel you struggled with this year? Some things that you're not happy with, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just trading. That's the beauty of what we do here. It's a family environment here. We can share wins, we can share losses. We celebrate the wins, the losses. We're gonna cheer one another up and have each other's back. But just a little bit of a pulse check on you guys. How have you guys been doing this year?
Chris, I got one for you, brother.
Yo, chat to me.
When I click my fingers, you'll forget you're ever gay.
But I'm not gay.
Exactly. The unbreakable spell.
I love it. Keeks, that is incredible, Chad. That is incredible. Travel for the next 3 years. How's it all the way from Scotland? Left London last week. Next week, Ireland. Hey, Brian, I respect awesome. That, bro. I respect that. That is... a lot of people will not break out of that shell, and you're doing something that a lot of people would fear doing. So big shout out. Big shout out.
That's it, man. We got to push it. There's always that thing. Once you're comfortable and you're not growing, you're dying. So we've got to keep it uncomfortable and keep pushing the limits.
Chad, let me know. You didn't miss anything. We're just chatting, asking everyone how they have been doing.
But seriously, bro, how would you rate your performance this year? You happy with your performance this year? Is it a year so far?
Yes, dude. I think you know how busy I am. I honestly think it's just in me. I don't have that where I can just let something go or not give it my all. I feel my performance was good this year. I feel sometimes with the trading, I almost got forced into, not forced. Chad, please don't get me wrong. You guys don't force me to do anything, but I almost feel like somebody's sitting here with us for 3 hours and you don't give a trade. It's almost like you feel cuck in a way. It's like, and then you start looking for at least a trade, and you're trying to help because there's somebody sitting on the other side, maybe waiting for a trade idea, which is also not right in the one sense. So I feel like in the trading side of things, there were episodes where I weren't fully locked in. I feel from the business side of things, we've been pushing hard, pushing Vault Funder, pushing Vault Markets, all of that, pushing that quite hard. I think my time management and my commitment, I'm that guy. I would never want to let anyone down. So I usually overcommit myself, and that's why after any stream there's like 40, 50 messages, and I try, Chad. It's not even for lack of trying. Like,
oh, sorry, Chris. Sorry, brother. I'm just mentioning because someone mentioned there. Gold approaching all-time highs, guys. So you know what you do there.
I don't know though. If you go for it, just have a tight stop, Chad. So I feel from that side of things, I've done well. My wife is obviously not always happy with me, because a lot of you guys don't know. I work till late in the evenings. On weekends there's calls. When I drive home in the evening, when I get home, I'm on a call. There again, like I said, I cleared my messages. There's another 20 WhatsApps here, and it's and again, I try to reach out to everybody. There's some of the Project G guys. It's somebody asking something, but anyways, I feel we haven't done badly, Keegs. I think we've stayed true to what we're doing. I feel sometimes like I had a chat with Nila yesterday evening, and I said, sometimes I think why not just go back to the simple life where I wasn't really on social media. I was having a very, very chilled, laid back life. I would trade my session in the morning. I would go to gym. But then also that was a very, very lonely time in my life. Basically waking up, wife getting ready to go to work, kids getting ready to leave for school. And there you sit on your own, checking the charts, listening to some music, whatever. So that was a very unspectacular, which was a big part of my life as well. And sometimes you don't even drive sometimes my car, I didn't even drive it once during the week. The one time I think I didn't drive my car for 2 weeks, I would ride on my bicycle and my mountain bike to gym, where the brakes were so rusted. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I had to brake like a few times just to get that rust off. But again, this streaming journey has been so fulfilling, where it's a case of impacting lives, and I don't take any honor for that. It's just purely being obedient. But so many testimonies, so many good things that came out of it, and I think that's what sometimes keeps us going, is to say that Flip, there's a lot of you on the other side that needs it, and we also need it. And I feel like it's this dual relationship where we feed off one another. It's like if I'm feeling down a bit and somebody shares a testimony, and then that just lifts us up. So hey, Togzi, Knobs.
Yo, my brother, I've got to actually bounce though. I've got to get to Fobs.
Oh, well, check you.
Yeah, all right, Chad. I'm going to see you guys for a New York session. But yeah, I'm just saying, guys, I know just monitor gold. You guys know the rules, they're all-time highs. If you want to, I think just keep your stops tight. But you could get a quick run there. At least maybe, $3 move or something like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in New York. Cheers, Chad.
Cheers, my brother. Knobs I do sometimes. I do sometimes. If you 4 hour, you can clearly see that every time we add a resistance, once we break through it, it's bullish. But 4 hour definitely important. 4 hour definitely important. If you consider GU, this was the structure low there. So all of this can just be a pullback, even back to that monthly R1 to retest the backside of that broken support structure there. That's why I said this morning, if anyone is attempting the shorts from here, this is the zone where you need to go break even, because this is, if we cannot hold below here, very likely now you can start looking for potential continuation moves. Because if we rejected it initially the first time, if it comes back around the second time, very likely you can get a breakthrough here, something like that. And also considering DXY rejecting that daily flip zone. So now coming back to this level, so a little bit choppy, but also keep in mind we've got a big set of data coming out a little bit later, so we gotta keep that in the back of our minds. Daily pivot, yeah, GU is going for that daily pivot. You could see an extension move now to that monthly R1 level. It starts breaking through here. Let's check the 15-minute real quick. Yeah, just monitor this 15-minute 200 EMA. That's where we initially rejected. So now check the breakout. Backside retest can start moving back up again. What time was this yesterday? 1:45. They had a break back above. Pedro, how's it going, my brother? Cheers, my brother. See you now. Family, but pushed through trading wise. I've been improvements from the previous year. Still a lot of room for improvements to be made. Just so I can hop on the buys. Very interesting price action here. SA40, there's that breakout opening range high. 90. GU. Chad, one thing, that session I had with you guys this morning, very valuable session for the guys that missed it. Went through some very good knowledge, so big ups to the guys that caught that. And that session I had with you guys this morning is a session I had with myself on the charts, where I need to rewire my brain. For most of you, you know, I'm predominantly a momentum trader. So I tend to like to stick with the overall bias. If the bias is bullish, I'll rather sit out any potential sells, and I'll just wait for the trend to continue. And one thing I was looking at is that almost for me, I started to become one-dimensional, where it was a case of there's so many other opportunities to potentially fade as well. and get into a move on the fade, but also to have that ability to snap out of that fade and to say, listen, I'll take the other side of the trade. Because like I said, if you're trading on the lower time frames, as much as the daily bias is important, also you can't be too fixated on the daily bias if you're trading like a 5-minute time frame, because you can miss a lot of trades, and a lot of trades may take time and only develop, your bullish bias may only develop in the afternoon, and your bullish bias can still work, but you can't miss out on the other trades. So that's something that I'm now starting to look at, and the only way that I condition my brain is to see something happen over and over. So I will sit and I will watch it and I will see what happens. And many years ago, there was a period where I think I stopped trading for 4 months. It was literally 4 months where I came to the charts every morning and I would basically mark out my charts. I would look at what I was expecting for the market, and I would just take notes, and I would see what happens around a certain level, and I would try and identify certain price patterns. I would take, for instance, the data, collected a lot of data manually, and it was fucking horrific. Apologies for my English there, but to manually sit and go plot out maybe 18 months worth of data on the daily R2, on the daily R1. That's where this comes from. This doesn't come from just visual observation. It was me actually working out the stats and then seeing, like, holy shit, price is more likely to continue after not rejecting the daily R1. Like, the probability for price to break through R1 is more likely to happen than for it to reverse, believe it or not. And that just tied in with what Linda Rashke says in a one book, where she always preaches that a trend is more likely to continue than to reverse. And that's where I saw it, and I was like, why am I looking for sells here when my stats clearly show that only 20% of the time it's going to reverse there? For 80% of the time it's going to break through and you're going to get some type of continuation move. Yeah, that's perfect, Rux. That's perfect. Lyndon, what did Lyndon say? Wait. What is GU doing? What is GU doing? Sheesh. Let's see. Ooh, that's 15 minutes. This 15 minute needs to get through. This 15 minute needs to get through. Yes, Dylan, 100%. It's like that car. Think about it. Once you've pushed like a heavy vehicle into motion, do you think it's easier to keep it in motion or to stop it? I promise you, when that thing is in motion, Chad, I don't trust this all-time break. Purely for that reason, I always talk about the time in between these all-time high breaks. So you don't always get that push of volume when you break an all-time high. So let's say, for instance, you have a buy stop there. I talk about price needs to almost reset itself. So if I go on the daily, do you consider this to be a reset? That what we had yesterday? Think about it. Is that little pause enough now for price to go and really drive through here? Unless it's geopolitically driven. But for instance, the idea with the buy stops at all-time high is I almost see it as an athlete that was, he tried to jump a certain height, he rests, he comes back, certain amount of time elapses, and then when that athlete goes for it again, you expect him to break through. So that's why if you are going with that idea, and I'm not saying it can't happen, but let's say you've got that idea that you're going to have your buy stop above the all-time highs, and you're going to go for, I would say, a safe target is like 75 pips. If you're going for that momentum play, have your stops tight. Have your stops like 15, 20. Have your stops relatively tight, because if it breaks, it's going to run. So you can do something like that. But for me personally, the amount of time that has elapsed, it's not even 24 hours. Let's actually quickly measure it. Let's measure. Okay, so it is actually 1 day and 6 hours, so 30 hours basically. Not enough for me. Not enough for me. But if you're gonna go for it, good luck. That's my 2 cents. Ooh, GU. GU. Oh, SA40. Lennon, what are you looking for on GU though? Because it's looking ugly, am I, bro? Are you looking for shorts? Pedro, IC Markets. Lennon, are you looking for shorts or for longs, for continuations? For the most part, just looking at this week so far, if you go on the 1 hour, and if you consider this, check here, broke Asia lows, had a nice continuation. Then on Wednesday, had a break above here, had a little bit of a push, massive pullback, taking Asia lows, and then the continuation. Wednesday, again, similar to what we had on Monday, breaking Asia lows. There was your retest on the 1 hour, continuing lower. And now today is this the breakout and the retest to continue higher? I don't know. Chris, you mentioned about living a normal life. I was in a dark spot over failed friendships and business deal, waking up every morning looking forward to be help set me out of that dark spot. Tissy, beautiful brother, that's exactly what I'm referring to. Stuff like that makes it all worth it. And that's ultimately where it's not just about me. It's not just about how I feel, but it's collectively that community that we've built here, and that's why I always say when you come to this community, we should always feel like everyone's got each other's backs, and it's never a case of my back is open. If my back is exposed in my own community, then what am I doing? Where that is how real community works. Nobody's back is open. Everyone is standing back to back. And it's as soon as you can feel your back is exposed and it's like you're standing alone and nobody's holding your back, then it becomes tough then. Is Brandon saying I must come to Jesus? Brandon, are you referring to me? Oh, Tissy. Nah, bro, I think if it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't be here still today, so... Lennon, what are you looking for? 1 hour, you still haven't answered me. What is Lyndon looking? I might top just a small one. Lyndon, what are you doing here, my brother? What is Lyndon doing here? Chad. Lyndon, let us know. What are you looking for here? Yeah, to see safe travels, my brother. Traveling mercies for you and your family. Enjoy it. Be safe, and we'll obviously still see you on stream. All right, no, Lyndon ignoring us. He doesn't want to share what he's doing. Lyndon, this is a safe space, my brother. Lyndon, we want your signal. Give us that signal. We're going to put your LK signal. What is DXY doing? Alright, DXY holding Asia lows. Yeah, I'm personally thinking the level to monitor still for GU is this zone here. I'm not fully convinced on the buys as of yet. We can push to that monthly R1 and that daily EQ. But yeah, the buys, if you are going to buy, I would say you're going to need to get through this daily pivot. And you're going to need to make sure you hold this previous weekly high. Otherwise, for me, this is just chop. There's your opening high. That's your session low. So we're technically waiting for news. This has now become a range. So you can literally block this out for you. And you can have the bottom end of your block there. And you can tell yourself that you're not trading within this range. And you purely wait for a breakout on either side. Wait for the breakout, wait for the retest, and then it will most likely continue in that direction. But this now has a range. It's a choppy market. Yeah, Lennon, you say it looks clean, but we don't know what is clean. Are you looking for buys or for sells? Daily pivot. Okay, Linda, Chris, I actually want to buy. Alright, not a bad idea. Like I said, if you look at this week so far, every time we had a breakout or a valid breakout that was relatively close towards the structure, for instance here, broke out, retest, and then went to the daily pivot. Here we're currently at the daily pivot, which makes it a little bit more tricky. There we had a little bit of a false breakout, tried to go to the upside, but held the Asia lows. That was Monday. Again, nice breakout going to the weekly pivot actually. So I don't think buys are bad. It's just a case of we've got a lot of data coming out, and now it's starting to look a little bit chopped. So you could get something like this where the move happens a little bit later. There you could see that 200 trying to reject, and then we had that nice reversal, almost creating like a little bit of a W bottom, and then continued higher. So I do think monitoring this zone is important, and that's why I marked out these two zones, because I do think once we actually get those breakouts, these levels will hold, and that's going to give you the firm direction of where it's going. But for the rest, yeah, I think unless you're happy to sit inside of the chop, but I think this is going to chop till news now. It has technically not moved. There's London open, so we've offset 2 pips from London open. So we technically, if you held from this morning, you literally haven't moved. According to Newton's law, you've done no work. Price has done zero work. It's back to neutral. Chad, just gonna quickly run through it. DXY again choppy. Asia highs just nipped. Monitor Asia highs for a little bit later. We're gonna be online. US 30 going for that previous weekly high level. Nasdaq also very, very choppy, not even choppy, just rangy. Gold, beautiful push just shy of that previous daily high level. It's going to be interesting a little bit later once we run that level. So if you, like I said, if you want for the buy stops, you know what to do. SA40 choppy as well. Breaks below, breaks above. Not going to touch it for the rest of the day. We've got 2:30, big deck of data, literally all the way through till 4 o'clock. Big one for me, and I would potentially stay out. We're not going to be able to stay out, but 15.20 pal. So, Chad, beautiful. Cape Town guys, please check the group. Looking forward to meeting all of you guys. Stofie traveling all the way from, is it Joburg? 800 k's can't be Joburg. Joburg is much further. What do you think about trading off psychology numbers on current space? Definitely work, Pedro. Definitely work. Use round numbers and half round. Don't use the quarters theory. Yo, Chris, when is the next Ultimate Trader? We're busy planning it, Vaughan. Hopefully, I want to say in the next month. We've got a different structure, so I'm just chatting to all the different coaches. So it's gonna be a good one. Brandon, as I would just say, I'm a Christian, my wife's more spiritual. This community is just something else, like a boost of positivity that also helps you. Yeah, amen. Pedro, that will come out. Chad, thank you so much. We're gonna see you guys a little bit later. Gonna be I think a banger, and then we'll see you guys at 3. Then tomorrow afternoon, unfortunately, no stream tomorrow afternoon, but we are streaming in the morning. We're flying out to Cape Town, so meeting up with the Cape Town family, and then shortly after that, we're gonna come out for the Joburg and Pretoria family as well. And I don't know if we even have guys from KZN, but KZN also potentially on deck. But Chad, peace and love, baby. Stay safe. We'll see you guys 3 p.m. Cheers.
Cracking.